Righto guys, in this one, might have a look what I'm going to do over Christmas. Righto, for you guys that have been around for a while, you'll remember I was building some brumbies. I still have the brumbies, I've bought more brumbies, but it seems like young Jake's, his V8 Hilux is going now as of this week. We'll do some video of that this week sometime. And Captain's got a four-wheel drive as well that he's been setting up for a while to go to Fraser Island. So if I want to go and play, I need a four-wheel drive. Yes, I've got a patrol, but I just, yeah. Anyway, right, brumbies. I love me Subarus, as you guys know. This is refreshing your memory. Okay, now this thing come in as just a buggy and it had a 50mm lift kit in it. Since then I built two lift kits, a 100mm one and a 75mm one. I realized that the 100mm one was too big. Okay, so this here has the original 50mm lift kit on this side, but then when you look at the other side, which is heaps higher, okay, this has got the bigger lift kit in that I put in. Okay, so in order to do the lift kits though, it's not just a case of lifting that front suspension. You've got to space all the motor, you've got to put spacers in all around the back, longer bolts and everything. I'm pretty positive I've got to go through and look for the bolts that I bought, and I've got to make up little spacers and stuff like that. So this week I'm going to get this one out and onto a stand the same way I had it set up last time, so I can start to put everything together in this car. The reason that I'm putting it together in this heap of shit is because I'm going to run big wheels. Like, I want to run 31s. These are 235s, not 31s. They're slightly smaller, which gives me a bit more clearance. But in order to make the cuts I need to make to know where to cut the good car. Righto. So I definitely want to run air conditioning, and I want to run a late model motor. I've got an Outback. Let's go have a look for the Outback, and we'll see what motor I'm going to run in the brumby, and then we'll go for a hunt through and I'll show you all the brumbies I've got, because I want to build a raised one and I want to build a lowered one. Two matching cars, same color, both with flares and big fat wheels, but two matching cars, one lowered, one raised up. I want to build on the back here of the four-wheel drive one like the trophy trucks, how they have the bars that run down here with the spare wheel sitting up on top here, which would be pretty cool. And I might even make that so it's up high enough, it sits high enough that I can actually have like a shutter thing and have my bed in underneath there. So I'll make it into sort of a camper for myself to be able to sleep in underneath that spare wheel cover, so I don't have to carry a tent and stuff. Anyway, let's go have a look for the motor we're going to use, and then we'll go have a look through the yard at all the brumbies I've got, and we'll make a decision on which one's getting the new motor, which one's going to go up and which one's going to go down. All right, I've got this out back here, but it's a auto, so yeah, that one's no good. Yes, we can use the motor, but I'd rather find a motor and box. So let's keep searching through to see what ones we've got. Positive there was a blue one somewhere. Let's keep searching, eh? A hunting we will go, a hunting we will go. Yeah, there was a blue one that was a there it is there. There's a blue one there. It's a manual. This one here is the motor for the turbo car. We've got to take the single cam heads off and put the twin cam heads off the black turbo Forester, but that's a mission for a whole other day. Righto, so here we go. So we've got fairly complete. It doesn't matter if like the head gaskets and that are blown, we might do them anyway. There's a bit of stuff missing, but nothing major. I should be able to get the other stuff off the other car, and this one should be manual. Yeah. See, it's manual, and it's got the high and low range lever, which is just there. So manual and high and low range lever, and that'll give me yeah, that's a good base to start from. There is some bits and pieces missing, but nothing major from the looks of it. Some hoses, still got AC pump and everything on it, all the lines are there, so that's a good one. It's not a turbo motor. I haven't really got the money to do that. I want to try and build this thing with zero money if I can. There's a Forester. What's wrong with that one? Might have a look at that, eh? So got this Forester, but this won't have the high and low range lever. It'll just have, it's auto anyway. No good. Alright, so that one there's our donor then for sure. That'll work out just fine. It's still got CV shafts in it and hasn't got front hubs, but we can get front hubs off that other auto one. Hopefully there's a key, or we might actually, I'll get the ECU done to get rid of the security vats. That'll be fine. Righto. Alright, let's go looking for, here's a brumby here. Look at this, we'll start with this one. Okay, so, look what he's done there, rammed that bloody, drives me mental, I swear. Alright, I'll get this open and see if it's an aircon car. This one's super rough inside. It is a manual. These run a 4-speed box. None of the Brumbies come out with 5 speeds, but we'll have a 5-speed because we'll use the box out of the other one. From memory, the body shell on this one wasn't too bad. Oh, maybe this one is pretty bad. Alright, so this one's a no. Alright, so I just looked under the bonnet of this one. There's actually no motor in it. There's no lines for AC. Definitely both cars need to be AC, or I need to be able to do something with them at least. So let's go for a walk up this outside here and see what we can find. Righto, my 1-tonner section. I'm going to have to move some of these 1-tonners soon and put them aside because they're actually starting to be worth money, believe it or not, even just wrecks like this. So yeah, alright. Some more Brumbies in here that I can see. No. Alright, they must be out the back. Righto. Okay, so I don't know. What have we found? We found there's one at the door. We'll go look at that one. There's a sneaky little one sitting in there. Look at that. There we go. Let's have a look what this one is. Alright, the body's pretty good on this. It looks pretty straight. It's a twin headlight one, so it's late model, so it might have aircon. This side looks pretty straight too, which is great. And it is a, yes, aircon car. Sweet. Well, this one looks like it's a pretty good donor. This is a really good car actually. Oh, this is the one that was sitting up in the top corner there. Tailgate's pretty good. This is actually quite a good car. So I've got glove boxes and the interior bits around. Righto. Okay. So that's an aircon car that looks pretty good. Don't know what the motor's like in that thing, but I've got this one here too. Right there, this white one. This one came in the other day. I reckon this one's a good candidate for the lowered one because the 4-wheel drive one I want to put like the wheel on the back, but the lowered one I could leave this canopy perhaps, but it's pretty good in the back. It's pretty straight along here. Inside of this thing is quite good. It's been a local car for years. It used to park down the road from me, from my house, but it's not rusty and it's actually pretty good. It's a single headlight front one, which means it's early model, but it's got no aircon. But that's not the end of the world. If I can find another one of my cars that have got aircon, I could maybe put the evaporator and stuff in. Let's head out the back and see what other ones I've got. I know this seems like I'm playing on the fact that I don't know where everything is, but I don't. Leaf move stuff around all the time, and I haven't really looked at the Brumbies for a while. It is something I definitely want to do. It's just I haven't concentrated on it, if you know what I mean. But anyway, okay, here's one here. This was a good car from memory. Was it an aircon car though? That's looking like a no, which is a real shame. It's got big 14s on it, but the body's pretty straight. Tailgate looks to be rooted, but it's a non-aircon car. It's a bit of a bummer, really, isn't it? But don't know. Righto. I think that's all that I've got in the way of Brumbies. We'll go have a look down the front. So we've got the red one. The 4-wheel drive one's the one I'm going to build first. So that red one with the aircon, I think that's our best candidate at this point to do. Yeah, all right, we'll go down the front, make sure there's no more, and we'll go from there. Jamie started on this ute this week. Started pulling the front panels off. The motor's pretty well unbolted now to come out. It's a manual ute. I'll show you what we're going to do with that in a second. We'll come back to that. There's another car outside there that's going to help to get this thing done. I don't think there's any more down the front here. I think that's all I've got. But yeah, alright. That's a lot. Okay, so our red one will be our four-wheel drive one to get started on. Use the other car that's there. I wonder if that other one that I'm cutting up was an aircon car. It may have the evaporator and stuff under the dash. Alright, so what do you guys reckon? How the video's going? Like, I know that it's not all exciting stuff, but in order for me to find content in that, it's got to be a lot of stuff just like this Commodore Ute here, stuff that we do every day, you know, like in order to give you guys content. I've got a mate who I spoke to the other day, my little green Ute here that I just love so much. We put the turbo on this and then blew the head gasket, and I've already, remember we flocked the dash and stuff? Made this thing pretty tidy. I've got racing seats there to go in it. There's the turbo and stuff there off this diesel. So if anyone's got one of these little utes and they want a turbo manifold for their diesel, let me know, because it can go, because Benny may have a Fairlane with a V8 in it. So a late model injected Fairlane, one of the 302s, to put in that. So yeah, he doesn't know whether he wants to sell it yet. Let's cross our fingers, guys, and that'll be a beast with a V8 in it. Righto. Before we get back out the front to that brumby to check for the aircon, the red ute that was out the back, the manual ute. Now this is an adventurer, so it's an VZ Alloy Tech motor, but it's four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, so diff in the front and all the rest of it. But it's got these flares and it's got these big side skirts. The front panels are all rooted on that ute. Sorry about the shadowing, guys. But as you can see, flares. So what I'm thinking, I don't mind the leather in this thing too, because the interior in that ute's a little bit down as well. So you've got like the tan leather inserts. I might get the bottom of that seat recovered, and that gives me so to run flares on that ute, we can get some big wheels, get some VE wheels for it, because they run a big dish. Leith's talking different flares than these. I do have to buy a rear one. But yeah, so big wheels lowered, something different, you know what I mean? Like, it's got to paint it anyway, but it could be something cool. I always intended to build something like that, and now that this thing come in, could be good. It's pretty hard to get diffs and transfer cases and stuff. The motor's shot in this, but not the box. So if anyone needs that, today's about the 20th of November 2020. If you need a gearbox or those driveline pieces, we're not going to be using those. So if I can help someone out, let us know. All right, let's have a look at this one out the front that's half chopped up. Yeah, this was an aircon car. You can see where the lines went through there, but someone's already pulled all that out. So yeah, that won't matter. I might be able to pull an evaporator or something out, or something else to put under the dash of the street car one, the lowered one. But you definitely need an aircon if we're going to go with the late model motor to go forward driving. So I think that, what do you guys reckon? The nice red one that was there, that was an aircon car with the motor out of the Outback. So yeah, so this week I'm going to go through and get that one there, that wrecked one that I've been putting the lift kit into. I'm going to get that onto one of my stands out here. So in the afternoon when it cools down, we can go through, fit all the lift kit up, get it all sitting properly, and then from there pull the motor out of that nice red one and the motor out of the Outback, put the lift kit in to start with, and go from there. Yeah, so generally over Christmas things slow down. I was going to get the blown Jag out and get the bonnet made on that properly and finish everything off so I could get it registered, but I would like to go over to Fraser Island with everyone, and I want to have a car too. So, and a brumby is something I've really wanted to do, and you guys too seem pretty excited about the brumbies. There's a lot of people around that love these little utes, and I do too. So here we go, brumby time. Yeah, I've got those Pajero wheels on the brumby now, but I've got these four-wheel drive wheels that I've had set aside for a while. What do you reckon? I'll show you. Bugger, can't get to them. They're there. That can be something exciting for you guys at a later date. I'll show you wheels. I don't know if the offset will be right, because you've got to change them from 4 stud to 6 stud. And they're 6 stud, well out there's 6 stud, the Pajero wheels. They look alright on it. But yeah, so are you excited? I am. I love brumbies, and I'm hanging to build that back bar and make it look like a little trophy truck sitting up nice and high, good aircon in it. They'll have the good late model 5-speed gearbox with a low and high range. I think we're going to do well, guys. I think it's going to be sweet.